All right, guys, let's check out a couple of G-Shock. We have the ga2100 series. These are from the Hidden Coast. So it's ga2100hc, which stands for Hidden Coast. And I have the blue with transparent colorway. That's the 2A. And then I have the green with the orange transparent. That's the 4A. Now, I picked this one up off from eBay because G-Shock was like sold out of them. So I paid 150 bucks for this one through eBay. Whereas if you can buy them, well, they're all sold out now. But when I bought this one, when they had it in stock directly at G-Shock, I paid 110 bucks plus like $6 tax or something like that. So still pretty affordable. I mean, you're basically in between that, $100, $150 mark. I don't know what they're at right now, guys. That's a snapshot in time. That's when I picked them up. Of course, now that they're becoming sold out everywhere, the price is probably going to start going up on them. So, I would expect to spend that 150 bucks ish. I think you're still getting a good watch in a very cool colorway. Whether you use them in this configuration, or I noticed somebody, I think it was on one of the Facebook G-Shock groups, somebody modded, it might have even been in my Random Rob group. I think it was actually in my Facebook Random Rob thing, which I never hardly get on, but somebody took this model and put it in a black case and the newer combi bracelet. So I'm assuming that fits pretty good. I think that's pretty much all he did. And wow, it looks killer because now it's on a bracelet. And then it has the black case, just the resin one, the standard ga2100 series. But with that blue with the white indices, that looked really good. So this looks good, but it's a bit, candy-ish, childish almost. Still looks good and everything like that. But if you're into modding, yeah, these are some really cool options here. Whether you do the blue one or you do the green one, the possibility, I love this green with the orange. I mean, just, if you were to harvest that center, the other thing the guy did to mod it was, and this is a little tricky to do, but not everyone, but a lot of people complain about the negative digital display on this. All that is a polarizing film put on a certain orientation. So if you remove that and then flip it, I think 180 degrees, and then put it on or put a new one on 180 degrees, you can switch that to a positive display. So it's way more difficult than I just made it sound, but it's doable. And then he has a very cool, unique looking watch. So I'll see if I can find that picture. If I can, and he's cool with me using it, I'll put it at the end of the video. It looks stunning. It looks really good. So let's talk about the case size on these in case you don't know about the ga2100 series. These are just over 45 millimeter wide and about 48.5 millimeter lug to lug, if we were going to call these lugs. And they're about 11.75 millimeter thick. Now these measurements are a little weird because I didn't get the the span in between the lugs here. I just did like this total width here just so you have that dimension. It's about 25.5 millimeter, and then the strap tapers down to like 18.5. These ones have the plastic keeper, and then they just have a steel buckle and tang here for keeping. They weigh in at about 53 grams, at least these models do, 53 grams. And I already talked about the part numbers. They're both using the carbon core construction. So if you look at the case back here, you're going to see you have a resin case with a metal case back, and they're using the module 5611, water resist, 20 bar or 200 meters. You have the quick release tabs, so you can change out the straps pretty easy. And like I said, this one has a fully transparent case on the blue one, which, will it turn yellowish over time? Unless they figured something out, maybe somebody in the comments can chime in, unless they have some sort of new crazy formula. The history tells us that, yes, these will discolor over time. So 3-year battery life on these. They're using the battery SR726W, and there's 2 of them in there. I didn't even realize they put 2 batteries in these. That's what it calls for on their website. Mineral glass on these, so not super scratch resistant, but it is a G-Shock, and they're slightly protected by the bezel actually being higher than the crystal. But these are like $100 watches too. We're not going to get sapphire in these for sure. Accuracy, they're not Bluetooth, radio signal, or anything like that. It's just a raw G-Shock much like a base model square would be, but in an analog with a small digital display. So accuracy is going to be plus minus 15 seconds per month. So you can see you got this subdial here that's pointing towards W for Wednesday. You have your hour and minute, and then you have your date and your seconds counting. I think you can switch over. Yeah, you can switch over to the time, which is going to tell you PM 7:46. You can switch over to 24-hour clock as well. But this is pretty much the configuration that I would use. There's a light button up here, which I'll try to display. Adjusting these is easy. You just hold the adjust button down until you hear a chime, and then you can cycle through the cities, which will give you a time zone. So if you want to adjust your time zone, I'm in the Eastern time zone, so I got it on NYC. It's very intuitive. You just cycle through all that stuff, and then once you get it set, you just hit the adjust button and it goes back. Now to play with the other functions, I'll show you on the orange one as we're looking close up. As cool as the blue one is, and I know a lot of people like the blue one, this one's easily my favorite. This green with the orange, I don't know why. Well, I know why, because it's freaking awesome. But so if you cycle through the mode button, if that was a positive display, it would be easier. It just would be. So you can go stopwatch, and then you can just start it, stop it, and then reset as adjust. So then you can switch through. You got the countdown timer. Again, it's on a 10-minute countdown timer. You can start it, stop it, adjust to reset. And then you have 5 alarms. You can set those. I usually only set those when I'm getting ready to sell the watch, so that way the buyer gets a nice surprise at like 2 a.m. You're welcome. And back to the time. So very simple functions and just a clean looking, fun colorway. So here's one gripe I'll say, and I keep griping about this with G-Shock, and I'll gripe about it till they actually fix it, or I can't just gripe anymore, is they labeled these as limited edition. Right on their website, I'll put a link. It says limited edition. How many? How many did you make? How many are you going to make? Is there going to be another batch? What does limited mean to you, G-Shock? I don't know what limited means to you, because it seems like you're just calling watches limited edition. I think they need to stop calling them limited edition unless they're going to tell us how many they've made, how many they're going to sell. And then if you wanted to go a step further, tell me which one I have of that number. But I'm not even asking for that. I'll give you a full pass on that. Just tell us how many you made. You know, I bought these with the intention of just making this video and then flipping them, but I really don't have any ga2100s other than the one that Terry sent me, which I need to mod and build. And these 2 colorways are awesome, so I might even mod. I might get inspired to mod a G-Shock, because as cool as this looks, hopefully I can find that picture and put it in the video for you guys. It looks very cool when you put it in the black, where it's more like wearable for regular type days and guys, you know, where it's not. These are a bit fun, but they're also a bit childish, you know, to be frank. But I want to see them both in a standard black configuration, maybe with the combi, to wear it more like a regular watch. That's how I have like my main go-to G-Shock Square is on a combi bracelet. So one of these on that would be, it would be next level. All right, let's kill the lights and check the LED on these. There is lume on the hour and minute. Again, I mean, if I'm going to be picky and I'm going to gripe, you got those huge, huge indices. Make those lume blocks, man. Lume them up. So you have an LED down here that lights up the whole face, and it'll backlight the negative digital display. So plenty of lume. And that's something, honestly, I care less and less about, because when it's dark, I go to sleep. I don't stay up that late anymore to worry about what time it is. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next vid.